Hey, what's happening, guys? High Blood here. Welcome to a showcase of a variation to the Lightning Wizard build. I will have the gameplay footage of a GR80 at the start and the gear skills explanation at the end. Just to let you know, my gear remains the same for the most part, and I still haven't augmented. So just keep that in mind while I go through the Greater Rift. Hope you enjoy. Okay guys, let me quickly go through the gears and skills I used for this variation of the Lightning Wizard build. The particular build, however, was taken from the top leaderboard wizard player Yoda. I just want to showcase it to you guys and give you my thoughts on it. So there's three differences with this. Everything else remains the same as the usual Lightning Wizard build. However, with this particular setup, you will be using Energy Twister, Black Hole, and this Energy Twister will be tied into your Rancelers fully. So just keep in mind this piece of equipment, the bracers, what it does. So it periodically pulls in lesser enemies within 30 yards. And I mean 30 yards, it'll always roll 30 yards, so you're guaranteed in that sense. You do want to roll lightning skill damage on it, however, just to give you some more damage out. So if you have that bracer equipped, every time you drop an Energy Twister, it will pull in everything into one spot. And if you put Black Hole as well, for every enemy that's caught in Black Hole, you will gain 3% additional damage for 5 seconds, as well as 10% reduced damage for 5 seconds for every enemy hit. I think, in my opinion, it's better to drop the Energy Twister and then put the Black Hole, because I find Energy Twister actually pulls in better than Black Hole. So if you put Energy Twister, it pulls in 10 enemies, and then you drop Black Hole, where there's 10 enemies you hit with your Black Hole. However, if you do Black Hole, then Energy Twister, you might pick up less, because I think the pull radius might be less for the Black Hole. That's what I've noticed. There was a particular moment in the Greater Rift run I did where I dropped an Energy Twister and it literally pulled everything into one spot. You drop the Black Hole, you're good to go, and you start wailing in with your Arcane Torrent. So think of it this way. If you have one enemy here, you have to attack it to reset your cooldown, then you got another enemy here to reset your cooldown. Versus if you drop one Tornado, it pulls everything into one spot, and then you just go to town at it. More enemies, more chance of proc, therefore lower cooldown on your Archon, and hence your survivability. Even though I died a few times in that Greater Rift run, this build gives you such a great advantage in terms of the DPS you put out that you can catch up on that. If you haven't already started off a Great Rift and you're fairly well ahead, you can afford to die a few times. That's fine, and that's expected with this build. But you do want to make sure that you drop your Tornado, you put your Black Hole, then you start going to town at it, and that'll help you with your cooldown. Now, one other difference I'm using versus the build that Yoda was using is one of my gems is still Goluk of Swiftness. I think he's using the Stricken. My Stricken isn't quite a high level for me to use it. And I mean, yes, the Stricken gives you more DPS for every attack and also 25% increased damage against bosses, which is amazing. However, in my opinion, this build is geared towards attack speed. So the more attack you can put out, the higher chance you have of proccing the Mantle Heal, so you can put out that up to 14,000% damage. Therefore, I'm going with Gogu because it gives me that 1% attack speed as well as dodge. And also, of course, the cooldown, which helps tremendously with survivability. So everything else is the same. Nothing else has changed. And I think my DPS even hits sometimes 4 million because of the Black Hole. And if you're sitting at 4 million, that 5 seconds, if you can get your Mantled Heal to proc, anything will melt. So it's quite an interesting build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not gonna make the video too long. Like, subscribe, leave comments. I always try to answer any questions I have on my videos, and I will certainly bring you more content as soon as I find other variations of this build that I think would be viable. Alright guys, happy gaming, and thanks for tuning in.